Okay, George, just give me your full name and how I caption you, please. All right, I do want to ask you a general Gillnet question. So, the ban went into effect, but some fishers, and I think it may have been the ones who were not licensed because they would have been the ones not to benefit from any transition assistance. But they're having a hard time in a sense, and I think they would have to find like other means for a livelihood. How should authorities balance it? I mean, it's already happened. It's not like they can go back and do anything about it. Maybe just provide assistance to those fishers. What's your take on that?
Well, the reason that gillnets were banned is that they are what is referred to as non-selective gears. When you deploy a gillnet, you will catch anything that passes there, including protected species. And so, in principle, it was not necessarily a bad thing to ban gillnets. Where the challenge is alternative livelihood. One of the blessings of Belize is abundant sunlight and warm temperatures. And so, one area of diversification would be aquaculture. Why are we not, for example, raising sea cucumbers? They have been harvested over a very short time to the extent that the fisheries has gone through what we refer to as crashing. It has gone through a rapid demise. But there's nothing to stop us, Belize, from investing in sea cucumber production. There's
No
nothing
one
to
is
stop
doing it?
us. Nobody in Belize is doing it. I do know that the Mexicans have done some work on sea cucumbers. Essentially, the limiting factor in any aquaculture species is where do you get the seed stocks? If you want to do chicken farming, where do you get the chicks? And I do know that the Mexicans, and we do have a researcher that I believe is still associated with the University of Belize, Dr. Rogers, who has done tremendous work with sea cucumber. And I do know that, if my memory serves me right, that some of the work that she has done is in cultivation of the larviculture aspect of it. So that's one aspect of it. There's also seaweed production
And
that
before
can be
you
mass
continue,
produced.
I know that we've already done work on seaweed, but when it comes to the aquaculture and the example you're using of sea cucumber, it would have to be the government that would have to put in a lot of work and then bring in the fishers who are interested in pursuing it once they've had that initial assistance.
Well, no, there's the knowledge aspect of it. The how do you propagate sea cucumber? I think much of the science of the seed stock production is known, and I believe what would need to happen is that there would need to be the need for some grant funding
Right.
to assist small scale fishers because they would not have access to the level of financial capital that would be needed to go into sea cucumber production. Ditto seaweed, there's oyster production that we can go
Oyster?
into. Yes, there's oyster
Really? How?
production.
Explain that one to me, because
The oysters are generally they will settle anywhere there's hard surface. So if you go to the seawall, you will see oysters of various species there. And what you do when you go into lobster production is you want maximum size over the shortest period of time. One of the issues that detract from that is crowding. And so when you're producing oysters, what you want to do is to make sure that you're managing your stocks, that they do not overcrowd. So there's that aspect of it. There's also the old tilapia farming.
Right.
That is known left, right, and center. The technology is known. Markets are defined. So I think it starts with vision and plan and execution. And I don't know that the government of Belize has a long view of how to treat with alternative income generation for